Hi everybody, it's Brian here from The Hive. I want to spend a few moments just showing you a little bit about a stages of your life and the stages of your business. I think it helps us get clarity around where we are and why we're facing some of the issues that we face. So if you think about your journey through life, when we start like an infant or a small child, we start in this world of what we would call innocence. And in the world of innocence, the context for that little child and for you as their parent is hope. We hope the world will be a better place for our child. However, as you know as a parent, your kids grow up, and through that years of towards 10 and then on through teenage years, we move into this place called the sense of independence. And that is that the child or the person is searching for themselves. So the context there is self. Who am I? Where do I fit into the world? And I want to be who I want to be, not be restricted by the rules that you put on me. The third stage then is what we would call institution. And in the institutional phase, it is that as people, we take on all of the roles that are the big institutions of life in our desire to fit in. And that is the institutions of marriage or long-term relationship. It is careers, it is mortgages, and so on. And what we would call the birth of struggle. And the reason we say that is that we've just discovered who we are, and then we give ourselves away and compromise ourselves for the love of our spouse or partner and our children. The next phase that we talk about then, one that many of you would know, is the phase called irritation. And that is after several years, and usually it's moving in through those early 40s when you've been in relationship for 10, 15, 20 years, you've got children, you're stuck in a job, you have to do that because you want to bring your kids up and all those sorts of things. And what we would say is it's the birth of freedom. And the context here is I am searching for freedom. The next phase, after we spend a little bit of time in there, is what we would call the insight phase. And that is I start to get angry about things. I start to get frustrated, and I start to look inwards and find out, what do I need for my life? What we would say is the context here is the seeking of wisdom. And after a few years in there, what we would find is that the sixth and final phase is what we call integration. And that is I can bring all of those parts of me into my life, that I'm happy with myself, I'm happy in my own skin, I know what I stand for, and what we would say it's the birth of peace. Now, what I'd like you to do is to look through here and see where you are. Remember when you were an infant. Remember when you were a teenager and in your early 20s and that desire to be something different. Have a look and see what institutions that you're in right now, and have a look and see whether you're starting to get a little frustrated and angry about the way life is, that it's not delivering what you thought you would get when you were way back here. Have a look at perhaps looking inwards and seeing what do you need to do and what issues do you need to address to make sure that you can gain this sense of wisdom of what's right for you. And then further on down the track, or if you're my age, you may be in this place of starting to integrate all of that. Now, this is a life stages model. It's really interesting when you look at your children, and you will understand why communication is a little different. You can understand why a first year graduate pod would be in this sense of self, but the owner could very much be over here in struggle, and how that might influence communication. The other thing I want you to look at too today is this. Your business goes through this stage. You start your business, you put up your shingle, you're on your own, it's going to be okay. And then I don't want to be like the rest. So I want to go and find what's my special niche or my special offering. But sooner or later, your business looks pretty much like everybody else's if you're not careful. And this is often the time when people look to say, is this what I want to do for the rest of my life? Or they look for some ways of getting some external help in to help build the business in the way that they want it to. That search for freedom. So have a look through your business as well as yourself. I hope that helps with some things around your own life. I hope it helps with things around your parenting. And thirdly, have a look at your business and see where it is, and look for those contexts on the outside of what you want for yourself and your business.